Well, hello everyone, and welcome back. I hope you all are having a nice evening. Now, I know it's a little late, but I think for all you late nighters, I feel like I should read you a little Grateful Flawed story before we go to bed. We're gonna read this one, which is an absolute favorite. Brinley's Big Day. It is an amazing story, and I love it so much. Now, let's start reading Brinley's Big Day, written by Elizabeth Carson. The sun is coming up over Great Wolf Lodge, shining on all the beautiful land that surrounds it. Who is that making his way to the lodge? Why, it's Brinley Bear. Today, he said, I have so much to do. First, I think I'll go down the biggest water slide. Then, I think I'll defeat a dragon. I'm sure I will have some ice cream and spend some time at the Cub Club. I always have fun there, and Brinley knew that he had a lot to do today, so he hurried to get his day started. First, Brinley jumped from lily pad to lily pad at the Bigfoot Pass. He even hopped off a few times and splashed around in the cool water. Then, he went to Fort Mackenzie and spent what felt like hours climbing through the suspension bridges, swinging on the cargo nets, and sliding down the treetop slides. And here is Brinley, jumping from lily pad to lily pad. When Brinley made it out of Fort Mackenzie, he needed a break from all that climbing. Time to kick up my feet and relax, said Brinley, and he took off toward the lazy river. Brinley watched the water roll slowly by as he grabbed his inner tube. Lazily, he put the inner tube in the water, lay back inside of it, and let the soft current carry him away. Brinley floated past some water slides with kids squealing with delight as they splashed into the pool of water at the end. I'll go on that one next, he thought to himself. Or maybe that one. And here's Brinley in the lazy river. As he was thinking of all he had left to do, he felt his inner tube nudge the one right in front, breaking his concentration. I forgot how that's spelled, guys. Sorry. Hi, Brinley. Brinley looked up to find Rachel Raccoon was sitting in the inner tube in front of his. Oh, hi, Rachel, he said. Sorry about the bump. That's okay, Rachel said. Have you had a fun day at the lodge? Here are the two best friends who I think should be together. Had Brinley asked, confused. Hadn't his day just started? He looked around and noticed that the sun was going down. The day was almost over, but there was still so many things to do at the water park that Brinley wanted to do. Here's a close-up, and look at that beautiful sunset. How many of you like to take pictures of sunsets? I know I do. I had a great day, Rachel, said Brinley, but I'm having so much fun that I don't want it to end. There's just so much to do. I see it's getting darker, which means it's going to be bedtime soon. I don't think I'll be able to sleep tonight with all this excitement. Here's the close-up of Brinley. Very nice. Rachel saw the afternoon was turning into night. She too was having a great day and didn't want it to end. You know, Brinley, Rachel said, I bet our friends are thinking the same thing. We don't want our fun day at Great Wolf Lodge to end, but it does look like it will be bedtime soon. One day, I'm gonna get a sunset picture with the lodge. I have an idea, Rachel said with excitement. What if we all got oh, what if we got all of our friends together and had a sleepover? That's a great idea, said Brinley, but I still don't think I'll be able to sleep thinking of all the fun I had today and all there is to do tomorrow. Rachel thought for a minute. I've got it. We can work together and try to think of ways to help each other fall asleep. Here are the two knuckleheads. Oh boy, said Brinley, this will be great. Let's go tell everyone to grab their sleeping bags and pajamas and meet us at the Great Clock Tower. Okay, said Rachel, and the two set out to find their friends and get their sleepover started. Here is Brinley running towards wherever. I have no idea where he's running to. As the sky began to change from an orangey red to a purpley blue, Brinley, Rachel, Wiley, Violet, Oliver, and Tooth and Nail all put on their pajamas, grabbed their blankets and stuffed animals, and headed to the Great Clock Tower to watch the show that signaled that it was bedtime at Great Wolf Lodge. When the show was over, all the friends set up their sleeping bags and began to settle in for the night. They watched as the fire rose from tiny sparks in the fireplace to a ball of warm orange that spread over the logs. I don't know about you guys, Brinley said, but I'm so excited. I don't know how I'll get to sleep tonight. I did so much today, but there's still so much to do. Here's the shadow of the characters right here. You may guess some of them. Comment down in the chat if you can name all of them. I know how you feel, said Oliver. I spent so much time under the giant tipping bucket that I barely had any time to run on the water slides. Violet agreed. I was having such a lovely time soaking my paws in an ice cream bath that before I knew it, most of the day was gone, and I only rode 2 water slides. So tomorrow is going to be a big day of water slide fun for me. I can't wait. And here is Oliver and Violet. Wiley spoke up next. Well, we've got our comfy beds. We're in our pajamas. We have all the things that we need, but we're just not ready to sleep. So what else can we do? Something I liked, Violet chimed in, is taking some big stretches. That would help get anyone ready for bedtime. I think that's a great idea, said Wiley. Why don't you show us how? So they all stood up and rhymed along with Violet. I'm in my pajamas. I'm all worn out. Fun with my friends is what I'm all about. I'll reach up high. I'll stretch down low. And after sleeping tonight, I'm gonna go, go, go. So here is Violet stretching. And yes, I see some familiar faces in the chat. All the excitement was wearing Brinley out. He felt a yawn creep up and he sighed a heavy sigh. Brinley's eyelids fluttered for a moment and he thought they suddenly felt very heavy. Here's old tired Brinley. Kid friendly. I'm kidding. It's nice. Where's the next page? Well, Wiley said, these are all great ways to help us get to sleep. But there's just one more thing I like to try. And what's that? Brinley said through a small yawn. A bedtime story, Wiley said. I know just the story for tonight. If you would like me to tell it to you. All the friends agreed that a bedtime story would be great, and Wiley began to tell a story about all the great things to do in the forest. And here is the image of the pack in the lodge. As Brinley listened to Wiley tell the story, he took a long, deep yawn and let his heavy eyelids close. As Wiley continued the story, he watched as Brinley and his friends fell fast asleep, dreaming of the next day's adventures at Great Wolf Lodge. And as he turned to the very last page, he ended his story with a howl, as all wolves do. Alright, everybody, in the chat and the people right in front of me, can we all give like a little quiet howl? 3, 2, 1. Ow! We are glad you joined us tonight. We hope you too have a good night's sleep, so we can see you here again tomorrow. The end. So, everybody, reply in the chat. How was that? I'll be waiting for replies. That? Okay. Alright, going. Oh, okay. Oliver Raccoon 770 clapped and gave a smile. Thanks, buddy. Anyways, guys, I'm glad you all joined me for a story. I wish I had more Great Wolf Lodge storybooks, but I don't. So, this is the only time you'll be able to hear a bedtime story. If you want to use that to get to sleep, go for it, by all means. So I'm gonna get ready for bed myself. I have a video coming out tomorrow for a Chuck E. Cheese related video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good night's sleep.